Iris, look, one of the hostages who was killed last week was Hersh Goldberg-Polin. He was an American Israeli. His funeral is being held today in Jerusalem, where you are. And on Thursday of this week, there were really moving scenes when families of hostages, including his mother, Rachel Goldberg-Polin, broke through the perimeter fence around Gaza and called out for their loved ones held hostage there. Let's just take a listen to a little of those scenes.
Hersh! Hersh! It's Mama.
And that is poignant footage, Iris, as I say, and partly because the story of that particular family, the Goldberg-Polins, has resonated in Israel, but also far further afield because Hersh was a dual Israeli-American national. His parents have spoken extensively, including at the DNC last month. As I say, the funeral is being held today. Just tell us a bit about that story and how it's resonating today in Israel.
Well, it's certainly resonating because the funeral is almost like a state funeral. There's just been address by the president of the state of Israel at this funeral in Jerusalem, and he apologized to Hersh and to his family. He said, "We failed to protect you and we failed to rescue you." That's an apology they have not received from the Prime Minister of Israel, for example, and nor have any of the other hostages or their families or the people who were killed, the many hundreds of people who were killed on October the 7th. So I think it's significant for that reason. It's significant because Hersh Goldberg-Polin was 23 years old. He was injured on the day of the October the 7th when his arm was blown off. He was taken hostage. We then saw a hostage video of him without an arm, calling on the state of Israel to rescue him. But I think it's really the personality of his mother that has made him this iconic figure. She's one of those women who appear ordinary until a crisis propels them into public consciousness. And she was so eloquent and so full of grace and didn't always sound as traumatized as she sounded and all the other parents sounded on that day at the Gaza border. You know, she was a calm voice and a voice that resonated everywhere, and you saw that she was not an ordinary woman at all. So their story, her son's story, the sad reality that he was basically executed on the day, you know, when she was calling out at that border to him, he was still alive. It's possible that he heard her. And within 12 hours, he was dead. And I think that's part of the grief. And that's why hundreds of people are attending this funeral, singing psalms in harmony, hoping to pay their respects and to let the government know how much this story is an ongoing trauma in the state of Israel and won't be resolved until the hostages are returned.
Iris Makler reporting for us there live from Jerusalem, and the images we were just showing you there as Iris was speaking were of Rachel Goldberg-Polin, who is speaking live now in Jerusalem during that funeral.